Hey, my name's Daniel McNicholas. Here we're channeling the cosmos. My last video froze, which is interesting, and I didn't know what I was going to say, but gave me a restart, so that's perfect. And what I want to talk about today is trusting the moment. And I received a channeling. It was from a Lemurian shamanic type energy. And what this energy wanted from me, and it kept on saying this, like, you need to trust the moment. Trust the moment. And when I make these videos, I trust the moment to unfold. I don't have a mental concept of what's going to happen. Instead, I trust the moment to unfold. And when we talk about manifestation, or bringing your highest life forward, or running a business, or being an entrepreneur, or whatever you want to do with your life, you have to trust the moment. And why? So for me, I had a constant fear of the future. I remember when I was a teenager, I would have crazy anxiety, get in bed, going to school the next day. You know, I'm constantly planning the future, worried if I can pay the bills. I've had all these thoughts that come through. And I realized I have this addiction in my brain of just trying to control the future to make myself feel safe. Now, when you trust the moment, you feel more safe. And it's a paradox because you think by planning your future you'd feel safer, but really you don't, because your future isn't, you're too far in the future, you start to feel overwhelmed and anxiety. But if you come back to the present, you start to feel better. And this is called trusting the moment. This would be a feminine energy that would come through. And why trust the moment? Because the moment is the seat of infinite possibilities. I know I say infinite wrong. Infinite, I don't know why. Can't say that word. But possibilities. You don't know what the universe has planned for you, right? Say you're walking down the street and you're like, I need to go to Starbucks, whatever. I want a green tea latte with heavy whipping cream, which I love. And you're like this. But right to the right is the love of your life. She's at this other coffee shop, this local coffee shop that would probably be better to go to for all of society. But either way, but you're like, I gotta go to Starbucks, and you're just so focused. But the moment's like going, go in that store, and you don't trust it, but you stick with your plan, then you miss the opportunity. Because your higher self has a plan for you that you can't even understand. And by trusting the moment, you can flow to each thing. And this is a feminine energy. Now, you do need the masculine. I'm not saying you don't need to know where you're going. It's good to know where you're going, what direction. But as a society, we're so lean this way that we have to, I don't need to teach you how to be masculine. Everyone has been taught from school how to strive for their goals. And this energy is how magic happens. This is where the unexpected miracles happen. This is when the manifestations. This is where people give you random amounts of money. This is where you just run into the relationship. I've literally had relationships just run into me. Like, I just moved to a place. They moved over here. We danced together, and then we were dating for a short period of time. I don't have to go do this thing where I go to like speed dating, because I can live in this magical realm, and I want the people I meet to live in this magical realm and be intuitive too. Because if I got to go through a process to meet someone, I don't want to do it, because I want this to be the way I meet people. This is how I want to hire people. This is how I want to find jobs. This is how I want to create my business. This is how I want to live my whole life. Because there's so much magic there. That's where the unexpected happens when you trust the moment. This is where you don't even know what you're doing, right? You make a video and you have more insight. I did not know I was going to talk about trusting the moment and sharing this channeling. I thought I was going to talk about mental health, to be honest. And this is what comes through. And a lot of mental health comes from not trusting the moment, not trusting the feminine. Because if you're an empathic being and you're wanting to do it this way, if you're an empath or a mental health person and you're like, you can't function that way. I can't function that way. And this is why I work random jobs, and people show up and pay me. I get jobs given to me when I Uber drive. I've gotten jobs on hikes. I haven't applied for jobs. People just give me the information I need in the moment. And this is because I'm in the feminine flow. And I know whatever's happening is perfect. It doesn't have to go the way I expected it. And when you have these expectations, it limits the universe. The universe is like, go that way. And you're like, no. It's like if you had a GPS and you're going down the highway and there was a path to go, and there was an accident, but you're like, I'm gonna take I-25 that's in Denver this way. And you're like, I'm gonna do it, but your higher self's like, go that way, there's an accident, we'll save you an hour. You're actually going slower by pushing forward. And this is the saying, the slower you go, the faster you go. And, it's the tortoise and the hare, right? The tortoise gets there faster because it's steady and it's with the feminine, right? The hare is the masculine, the push. And really the feminine works. The tortoise knew where he was going, but he was just going with it. And we actually become more successful this way. And we feel better, we feel healthier. This is why you have to go with the feminine. You feel healthier, right? You're not stressed because you're pushing yourself so hard. You actually become more abundant because you're with the flow of the universe. You get to do more things you want. You get to experience unexpected miracles, which to me is one of the most fascinating things in life. Yesterday I went on a hike, and I don't think I went on the right hike. Like, I went off the trail, and I found literally a spot to sit that was warm in the middle of the snow near a river. And I just got to juggle. And I didn't know the spot existed. I just followed the flow. I didn't go to the hike I already knew. I just followed where the flow took me. And that's following your in the moment excitement. That's trusting the moment. The moment will tell you what to do. You don't have to know what you're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow will tell you what to do. And that's the feminine. And it's so beautiful. It doesn't mean you won't have a schedule and make plans sometimes. Like, that's fine. But with your openness in your life, you get space and you feel good and you'll be less stressed. And by being in the flow, I promise you'll make more money doing this, trusting the moment. You will have better relationships. You'll feel happier. You'll exercise more. You'll feel better. You'll have more time for yourself, for the things you enjoy, like painting and coloring or whatever, or dancing and all those different things, by just trusting that moment. And it'll stop all the mental health stuff. Because a lot of our mental health, our anxiety or depression, comes from our lack of trust in the moment. It's our lack of feeling safe. So I would affirm, I feel safe. I am trusting the moment. I am here in this moment. I am the moment. I am not in control. Because all we are in control of is our perception of the moment. We're not in control of the future. So when we change our perception of the moment and we trust it and we feel safe in each moment, we actually go into a higher frequency and we jump to different parallel realities that are at a more loving, more desirable place. So the only place you can create your reality is in the moment. You can't create it in the future. You can only create it in the moment. And you're constantly like a race car driver driving to different things. But if a race car driver was thinking about 8 turns ahead about what's going to happen in the future, they'd crash their car. And that's what we continue to do. So instead we come back and we relax in this moment and we feel the moment and we just... So during the day, just take a couple deep breaths. Center yourself. No, trust this moment. Bring this moment in. You'll have more money. You'll have more friends. You'll have more relationships. You'll have more happiness. You'll have more joy. Everything will come to you from this moment in time. And that's the peace. And that's the message, I want to give to you guys today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.